Okay guys, today we're going to go over a couple of ways you could have played Tesla. This is the intraday 5-minute chart. And I'll show you what I would have been looking for an entry. First of all, I want to look for our downward swings to be getting smaller. And then I want to look for a higher low. So let's go over a couple of ways you could have measured that, how you could have played it, when you could have made an entry, and when you could have got out. So first of all, if you look at this downward swing, from this high to this low, we just measure that with a Fibonacci extension, and then put it off of our next high point. And we can see this downward swing is 47.5 or 50% of its previous downward move. So these downward swings are getting smaller. Plus, we come down to a higher low. So you know these downward swings are smaller. You know we're moving up off this low, and you know that this low is higher than this low. So those are all good signs. Plus, you have a view up underneath price action, and it is trending up, also giving some support to this bounce. So now that you have this higher low that is smaller than our previous downward swing, what do you do with it? Well, as downward swings have relationships, also to upward swings have relationships. So you take a measurement from your low to your high swing and project it off your low, just like you did from the high to low and project it off the high. Now you can see we make almost 47.5% pull down to bounce off the 28.2 extension, pass the 61.8, come down to bounce off it, and push up again. So these upward swings aren't as large as its previous upward swing, but we are finding support above the 61.8 extension. So we might wait for this to bottom out here and see if we can move up again. Now, another way you could have played that is you're waiting for a higher low and your downward swings to get smaller. So if we want to measure a downward swing, we can measure this one and project it off of here. Now you can see, again, we make 47.5% of our previous downward swing, and we come down to a higher low. So the same kind of setup as this higher low we have with this higher low. So we have the same setup here off this low as we had with this low. Our downward swings have gotten smaller, and we're coming down to a higher low. So now that you have the setup, what do you do with it? You want profit targets on the way up, and you want to find potential areas of resistance. So you measure your low to high swing and project it off the low. Now you can see, blow through the 618, blow through the 100, and make the 1618 extension before trailing back down to find support on this longer term 618, our previous 618 of our extension, and the 100% extension of this. So I would call that symmetrical support, since we have three extensions all bordering on the same price line, giving this price action a lot of support. So those are two different ways you could have played Tesla for downward swings getting smaller and coming down to a higher low. I would have taken profits on all of these extensions. A lot of people don't like to take profits on a 28.2 extension. I do it in case it hits and reverses. It will cushion the blow. So if you sell off below zero, that will absorb some of your loss. Obviously, in a strong uptrend, you have to gauge that yourself. If that's something you want to do, that's just something I do to play it very safe. Wow, those are two great plays you could have made off Tesla today, with downward swings getting smaller, coming down to a higher low. So I hope that helps.